Hello students, welcome to another video on speeches. In the previous video, we understood different contexts in which the speeches are prepared and delivered, and we started about the historical context. In today's video, we shall understand how the speech is influenced by historical context. Let's see. First, let's revise what is historical context and why is it important. Understanding the historical context is essential. Why? Because historical events, social conditions and cultural dynamics, they deeply influence the content, tone and they impact the speeches. And the impact of speeches is also altered by the historical context. Now let's understand how historical context influences the speech by a particular example. We'll talk about Nelson Mandela. We all know that he was a great activist for apartheid movement. He spent many years in prison and then he became the first black president of South Africa. He delivered this speech, "I am prepared to die." And today we are going to analyze this speech. Now this speech was delivered during the Rivonia trial on April 20th, 1964. It was Mandela's defense against sabotage charges. Then this emphasized justice, equality and ending racial oppression. He talked about equality during this speech. He highlighted apartheid's denial of basic rights of black South Africans. Now, we'll talk about this speech and analyze this. Historical factors and context that influenced Mandela's arguments, language and message. That is the historical context of this speech. Now, first point is acknowledgement of apartheid's injustices. Next is commitment to the struggle. And the third one is vision for a democratic South Africa. Now let's understand these points one by one and analyze the speech of Nelson Mandela. Now in the first point, acknowledgement of apartheid's injustices. Mandela highlights the systemic violence and injustices faced by the black South Africans. And the history of racial discrimination is discussed in this speech. He frames the anti-apartheid struggle as a fight for fundamental human rights, dignity, equality and freedom beyond just political power. He speaks this line, "The lack of human dignity experienced by Africans is the direct result of the policy of white supremacy." White supremacy implies black inferiority. Legislation designed to preserve white supremacy entrenches this notion. Menial tasks in South Africa are invariably performed by the South Africans. So this speech proves the points that we have discussed earlier. Now let's talk about the next point, that is commitment to the struggle. Here Mandela reaffirms his unwavering commitment to freedom and equality, representing the collective struggle of all black South Africans for a non-racial democracy. He also declares his readiness to die for the ideal of a free and equal South Africa, emphasizing his personal sacrifice as part of a greater cause. Let's see the text from the speech. It's a struggle of the South African people inspired by their own suffering and their own experience. It's a struggle for right to live. During my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to this struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. He doesn't want that blacks should dominate. He wants equality. Now the next point, vision for a democratic South Africa. It says Mandela's speech goes beyond personal defense, outlining his vision of a democratic South Africa with equal rights for all the races. He calls for the end of apartheid and emphasizes solidarity in the anti-apartheid struggle. He asserts that the ANC sought a shared future, not domination. Now let's see the speech. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It's an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it's an ideal for which I am prepared to die. These are his words. Now, after understanding this, we'll see the historical legacy of this speech. It was a defining moment for Mandela as well as all people, anti-apartheid movement, all those who were involved there. They're leaving a lasting impact on South Africa and the whole world. His willingness to sacrifice his life inspired generations of activists. His words became a powerful rallying cry for ending apartheid. People were influenced, people were motivated. And now it's the task time. Read, I am prepared to die, and answer the following questions. That's all for today. I hope everything is clear. So now, see you in the next video. Till then, happy learning.